Thank you, Jill. And let me thank our Public Policy Committee, especially our Public Policy Co-Director, Darcy Juday, who has done yeoman's work on this year's Public Policy Day. And I know we are both grateful for the other members of the committee, including Co-President Jill Smith, the Honorable Betty Boyd, Diane Fuchs, the Honorable Nicole Johnston, Marcy Young, Sally Mathewson, Debbie Parchetta, Kelly Paris, the Honorable Nancy Todd, the Honorable Suzanne Williams, and Gail Wilson, along with our branch public policy chairs, Jane Miller, Sandra Munger, and Faye Schrader. Special thanks go to our tech team of Barbara Dungy and state co-president Carolyn Cooley, and our webmaster, Brenda Wolf. It indeed takes a team. If we have any folks in the audience who are elected in office, please do let us know in the chat so that we can properly welcome you. And for everyone else, thank you for taking time to be with us today. Most of all, we hope you will leave with new ideas, new energy, and new inspiration to continue the important work of AAUW. As your public policy co-director, I'm honored to serve you in our advocacy for AAUW's priorities. Many of you have heard my story before. My interest in public policy goes way back, but my active involvement didn't begin until 2008. I was literally minding my own business when I was recruited to run for office. I'd been in business for over 30 years and I was hardly prepared for life under the gold dome. Long story short, with the support of friends, family, and community, I ran and I won. I served in the Colorado legislature for 8 years, and during my tenure, my caucus elected me to various leadership positions, ending with my job as the majority whip, otherwise known as herding cats. But the most rewarding part of the job was passing bills that helped people lead better, healthier lives. Especially our women veterans became a very important issue for me. So my message to you is if I could do it, so can you. We have an exciting agenda today, and it starts with our legislative update. So let the slideshow begin. If we would have slide number 1. So for our legislative update this year, I am going solo. The intrepid, the Honorable Betty Boyd is reducing some of her AAUW involvement, but she has agreed to continue being our liaison with the women's lobby. And we're so thankful for all the work that Betty has done and continues to do for AAUW. So today we're going to review our 2024 AAUW priority bills, review our 2024 ballot measures, preview the 2025 AAUW priorities, and the bills that we've taken positions on so far this session. We're going to check out the Colorado General Assembly website, and then we're going to make our annual call to action. So please change the slide. Let's review what happened during the 2024 legislative session. We provided active support on 65 bills, which means we wrote letters and submitted testimony in committee hearings and contacted bill sponsors to get the bills passed that we were supporting. 48 of those bills passed. 6 were PI'd or killed, and 7 died on the calendar. They'd had one hearing, which is required by law, but then they never made it past that. We strongly opposed 2 anti-abortion bills, and both of those were PI'd. There was just one statewide election in 2024 for CU Region at large, and Democrat Elliott Hood won that seat, giving his party a 5-4 majority. The entire State House of Representatives was up for election, and about a third of the state Senate. The Democrats maintained large majorities in both houses. Slide, please. There were some important ballot measures, too. AAUW supported Amendment 79 to protect our reproductive rights, Amendment J, changing the definition of marriage, and Proposition KK, the excise tax on firearms and ammunition. All 3 of those issues passed. We opposed Amendment 80, which was the private school measure, and we took no position on Proposition 131, known as jungle primaries and ranked choice voting. Both of those measures failed. Slide, please. In our work at the state level, we follow the AAUW national priorities, supporting public education, economic empowerment, and the rights of all people. Slide, please. For our 2025, our state priorities are much the same as last year's. Education remains our top priority, and we will be watching bills that deal with early childhood education, the teacher shortage, compliance with civil rights laws, career readiness, and Title IX protections. And in line with our public policy theme this year, violence against women is another priority issue. As always, we will continue to focus on reproductive health, behavioral health, equal pay, anti-ageism, retirement security, gun safety, and human trafficking. Slide, please. So far this session, we've taken active positions on 13 bills. We're actively supporting 4 House bills: House Bill 1001, which is enforcement of wage theft laws; House Bill 1020, which puts some guardrails around the earned wage access provider industry, which is a new form of short-term lending. There are certainly concerns about something like payday lending and making sure that our working women especially are not taken advantage of. House Bill 1028 to improve address confidentiality for victims of abuse and trafficking, giving them some more options on how they can protect their address and their location. And House Bill 1090, which is more protections against junk fees. So slide, please. We are actively supporting 6 Senate bills. Senate Bill 1, which is the Colorado Voting Rights Act, adding new categories of protections; Senate Bill 3, regulating semi-automatic firearms; Senate Bill 5, amending the 60-year-old Peace Act between business and labor; Senate Bill 9, recognition of tribal court orders outside the tribal boundaries, allowing county sheriffs to be able to handle tribal court orders; Senate Bill 13, which extends the senior housing income tax credit for non-homeowners; and Senate Bill 14, which protects the freedom to marry in statute. We passed Amendment J in November, which changed the Constitution, and now they're going to change the statutes accordingly, which basically takes away the one man, one woman marriage requirement. Slide, please. We are actively opposing 3 bills so far. One is House Bill 1055 to repeal the firearm dealer requirements that were just passed in the last year or so; House Bill 1068 to prevent insurers from covering gender-affirming care for minors; and Senate Bill 47 to overturn the current state law restricting local enforcement of federal immigration laws. So we'll continue to review new bills as they're introduced, and you can find the most recent legislative updates on our AAUW Colorado website. So slide, please. So now it's time for us all to get to work, bringing our voices to the Capitol. And the good news is the Colorado General Assembly website is fairly user-friendly. You can find it at ledge.colorado.gov or just Google Colorado Legislature. Slide, please. On the home page, you'll see a number of icons, and one of the first ones is Find Your Legislator. All you have to do is enter your address, and you'll find out who your legislators are, and I hope everybody does that today as soon as you get free from this seminar. Also, slide, you can find a bill just by bill number, by sponsor, or even just subject. And then slide, you can watch or listen to the House floor and Senate floor proceedings and listen to all the committee hearings live or recorded. You can also testify at any committee hearing, either in person, remotely, or in writing. It is an easy process. So here are some useful tools. The daily calendar tells you what's going to happen that day and a few days into the future. The daily journal tells you what has happened from the beginning of the session. And the status sheets list all the introduced bills and resolutions and show the current status of each one. Slide, please. The website also has a wealth of resources, including budgets, committees, Colorado revised statutes, state agencies, state audits, and publications. And slide, please. So now that you have the tools, it's time to act. Here's some tips and tricks for engaging with your legislators. Please do attend their town halls and other events. Introduce yourself and AAUW. Get to know your representative and your senator. Offer to testify on bills in your area of expertise. Call, email, or visit to support or oppose a bill. Visit campaign websites to find out more about your elected representatives. And then you can also volunteer in a Capitol office or even on a campaign. Keep in mind, AAUW does not endorse candidates, but you may do whatever you wish as an individual as long as you don't say you're representing AAUW. So please do get involved. So here's our call to action. Please become a 2-minute activist and respond when you get alerts on federal issues. Please respond when you get an alert for state issues. And please attend Advocacy Day at the Capitol. This year it's on Wednesday, March 12th. It's organized by the Women's Foundation of Colorado and includes visits to the House or the Senate floor, a House or Senate committee hearing, and the opportunity to meet your state senator and representative. It is a lot of fun, so please do plan on seeing us at the Capitol Wednesday, March 12th. It'll start early in the morning, around 8 or so, and go until about noon. So I want to thank you for all your attention and your commitment to our mission of empowering women and girls.